Welcome everyone to episode 34 of the OG Cast, your clan podcast for the original Guardians. It is Thursday, April 30th, 2015. We've got a great show ahead of us here, but as always, let's meet the panel first. First up, let's meet Franz. How are you doing this week?
Doing well. A lot of big news this week, so it's been good.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that in a little bit here. And next, we've got Keith. How you doing?
Not too bad. Lots of exciting things, as Franz said. Both in the games we're tracking, as well as some other big stuff from Microsoft. So I think it's going to be a good year for gamers.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's put some of that news on hold first, and let's indirectly talk some news. And I want to start off with something that we touched briefly on in the past, and I want to kind of revisit this because it's kind of reared its head again. As we all know, Call of Duty this year's Treyarch's Black Ops 3, and we got a couple trailers over the last week and a half here, and it's kind of left a little bit of an odd taste in my mouth, and I want to get your guys' opinion on it. Not sure if you're aware, if you've seen the trailers. Well, links are in show notes below. But basically, the premise is that in the future, these soldiers are going to be basically augmented with technology. They're basically going to be, cyborgs, cybernetic, however you want to call it. And ultimately, what I like to go down here is let's talk about franchise evolution, because we've talked in the past, particularly with Halo, that games need to evolve in some way to stay relevant. We all agreed on that.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when we seem to be reaching a point now where we're running out of ideas, it seems, because it looks like in this new Black Ops, we're going to have the ability to hack robots and wall run from Titanfall, and basically we're going to be playing with augmented people, like in Deus Ex. What do you guys think about this? Is this good? Is this bad? Is it just an indication that there's no more good ideas? Like, what do you guys think?
Well, I think a lot of it is the fact that it's an annual franchise, and they're constantly trying to have to one-up themselves. And not only the stuff that their own studio is making out, but every other studio that's putting something out there, they're constantly trying to have to one-up every other studio. Like in the Call of Duty franchise, they kind of have to just keep topping each other, and it's kind of led to this hurdle effect.
Yeah, but it's the same thing over and over again. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's nothing new that we haven't seen before. With a franchise like Call of Duty that comes out every year, I would expect them to have more risks, take more risks. They're going to get the sales regardless. It's the Call of Duty name, but do something new and original, and if it falls flat, it falls flat. You're still going to make the sales that year, and you got a new game coming out next year.
Well, I think they already are. They are taking risks from the Call of Duty perspective. Like before Advanced Warfare, it really hadn't gone into that sci-fi type arena. And I think that with Advanced Warfare, that started, and that's kind of been a trend. You know what I mean? So I think the franchise did take a risk doing that, but I don't know. I think that maybe it is just running out of materials for the medium of a military shooter in that kind of setting.
It does seem like that. Like I wrote a little bit of new piece for the website, and I think a lot of the early appeal of Call of Duty was that it was a lot more, let's quote unquote, realist based. I know it's not, but it's you're not fighting with, it's not Halo. You're not fighting.
It's not sci-fi, sure. Yeah, it's a military shooter.
Yeah, it's a military. That was always its plan. And with going down this more sci-fi road, it's kind of, I guess it's good in an evolutionary period, because you do need to innovate or get left behind. But Yeah, go ahead.
Well, because what they're doing is they're kind of staying in the same realm but tacking on new technology, right? So it's not like they're taking it to a sci-fi space, because you look at the Halos and the things like that. Like they're able to have this creative freedom to imagine a universe that's outside of the scope of what we know. You know what I mean? And I think that Call of Duty has challenges doing that, because obviously the Call of Duty community wouldn't be happy if you suddenly introduced aliens. So I
Well,
don't what.
we're like 2 games off from that, though. Right now we have cyborgs. So the next step is aliens.
I mean, that might be where it goes, but would you want a Call of Duty in that kind of setting? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I think the next step for them is to go back to their roots. I mean, I think a lot of people have already been asking for it, and going back to the World War II era and kind of ditching all this gimmicky stuff that a lot of that these Call of Duties have been relying on, and even beyond just Call of Duty, like like Titanfall, where it's kind of these new movement abilities, and I think getting back to the core of what Call of Duty was, I think might help reinvigorate some interest in that franchise.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that at all.
I definitely agree that they should just hit the reset button, go back to World War II again, and it'll be greatly received, at least pre-launch.
Well, I mean,
it will boost their numbers, I think, to go back.
I would like to just get them to stop the franchise. Like, it's not. I don't see that's adding value to gamers anymore. You know what I
No.
mean?
As long as it sells, they'll never stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should take a break. Stop doing the yearly releases. Give it to Treyarch and let Treyarch just release one every 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Because it's just overload right now, and people are getting sick of it.
Mhm.
It's turning a shooter into like a sports game that you buy it every year for updated rosters. There's not much
sports games that way too.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of what it is now. There's not much more innovation beyond that. Sure, you can jump a little higher in the next one, but I mean, there's not groundbreaking changes. It's not like Modern Warfare 4. But they need to. At least one of these 3 developers need to go back and take that risk to make the next Modern Warfare 4. Just do something completely new. Falls flat, it falls flat. It's not like it's going to hurt Activision or even the Call of Duty name any more than it has been.
Well, it is going. Well, realistically, it's probably going to Infinity Ward next again.
Yep,
We'll be getting Ghosts 2, which you have to think would be still more or less relying on those, let's say core Call of Duty movements. Nothing crazy, just soldiers running around, exosuits, or be able to turn your hand into a Gatling gun or anything like that.
Well, that wasn't in Black Ops 1, and look where we are now. So I wouldn't say that. I hope they don't do Ghost 2. I mean, I think it was so poorly received. They'll try something new.
It was poorly received. However, they did basically the ending of Ghosts was pure setup for a sequel.
Yeah, but they could have designed it with the guessing that it was going to be a hit. So I mean, they can always abandon it. I mean, it's not like it'd be the last time a series ended on a cliffhanger.
Especially in a Call of Duty franchise where you have a different story every year, and you maybe revisit the last story 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, most people probably don't even remember how that campaign ends. I know I don't.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't buy the Call of Duty for the campaign. I mean, I've never really enjoyed any of their campaigns other than the original Black Ops.
Well, Modern Warfare 4 was fun. With that sniping mission.
Oh. Yeah, that one was good. But I'm talking like the storyline. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's not even just Call of Duty, but all military games like that. The storylines are just so forgettable. Like every Battlefield and Bad Company and all those and all of the all the campaigns just feel very forgettable to me.
I agree with that. I think that is the place where they can really innovate, because like if we go look back to Black Ops 2, that actually featured multiple endings for the first time in a Call of Duty campaign. So depending on how your decisions throughout the game, affected the ending. And I really think that's probably the best way to go about it now, instead of relying on these cheap gimmicks of exosuits and cybernetic implants and all that kind of crap. Let's go back to some core gameplay. Give it give it a good story. Give it some interesting features like multiple endings. Have your stuff matter a little bit more. And it does seem like Black Ops 3 is going to have at least some of that more story stuff. Seems like it's going to be more of a co-op focused campaign.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're going to be wall running and
Yeah, I'm not going to be buying it regardless. So
Me neither.
I really just lost all interest.
I was intrigued by it when it was first teased, but then I found out about this whole augmented stuff, and I lost interest myself. So
Yeah.
but
I mean,
I don't know. All right, so that's that. So let's dive into the big news of the week. Of course, that's Destiny again. Got the Trials of Osiris reveal on Wednesday. It's looking pretty good. Looked pretty fun.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good reveal. I mean, I think that people that were looking for new things to do in the Crucible were pretty happy with it overall. I think that it seems like an elimination game mode seems like it might be fun, but I'm a little concerned with some of the details around it.
like what?
Well, I mean, one thing is the supers. Like to me, it doesn't seem like you should have supers in an elimination round based game, because you keep your supers from one round to the other. So basically, one round, somebody has a golden gun, pow pow pow, round over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, and same with Arcblade, and you have the Sunsinger able to revive from the dead, getting an extra life. So I mean, it just seems like supers break an elimination type game.
Yeah, I mean, you're only going to get it once, maybe twice around, right?
But it's not just you; it's everybody in your groups. So you do it this round, and then hold off, don't do yours, and then you do it the next round. You know what I mean? Like it's just. I think that the first round that you go is probably going to be the only one that's truly competitive, and then after that it's just lining up who uses their supers.
Well, from the reveal, it looked relatively balanced.
Well,
from
I
what
mean,
I saw, anyways.
yeah, I mean it's very possible that they weren't coordinating like that, but they could have. There's nothing to stop them from doing that, right? I mean, a golden gun can take out a single team with 3 shots. So
Yeah.
if you have 2 people using golden gun, then you just alternate rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I think there'll be ways to counteract that. Like, yeah, somebody pops a golden gun, you scatter. But yeah, we'll have to see how it works. I think if anything, it makes Titans definitely more handicapped, because
Titans are definitely getting shafted.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to be that useful.
Yeah.
I mean, a bubble maybe, but even then.
I mean, a bubble might be a counter to like a golden gun or something. They pop a golden gun, you pop a bubble, so now they have to, wait, or make them lose it, whatever. So.
Well, a golden gun can shoot through a bubble.
No, it destroys. It can destroy it, but it uses all 3 shots to destroy it.
Yeah,
thought
or
so.
at least 2.
I thought too, yeah.
Oh, 2. Okay. So I mean, the bubble will definitely have it. It has its uses, but I do think that Titans are getting the short end of the stick for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing goes for Rockets, or heavy in general, because you get to carry that from one round to the next. So just shooting, I don't know. It just seems like that's going to be also really overpowered.
I don't know. Like I think the general consensus is once heavy drops, you get it, you use it. Like I guess if you wanted to, play conservatively like that and try and hold on to it, I guess you could. But
Yeah, but you're looking 12 rockets on a team, right? That's a lot of rockets for an elimination-based gameplay.
But it won't
That's
carry
true.
over to the next round.
No, it does.
No,
It does.
they said it wouldn't. I thought in the video, in the stream.
No, they said the special doesn't.
Oh, special carries over.
special
Heavies
carries
don't.
over for sure.
Heavies don't. I'm almost positive.
I could have sworn heavies did not carry over. Or I mean, I could have sworn heavies carried over. Maybe I just got that backwards.
Yeah, I think it
Yes,
did.
special weapons definitely do because they were all loading up at the end of each round.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean,
So,
then I guess that's definitely a non-issue then, because I mean, if it's just one round, then whatever. Everybody has heavy in the round really.
Yep. It's every round that some one team after one team gets the 3 wins, then
Yeah.
heavy spawns that round. So I mean, it just makes it for an interesting round.
for sure. Yeah, I'd say it did look balanced, but maybe that was just the game styles that of the people they had playing, making it look that way. But it did look, it did look balanced. It did look fun to me.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks fun. I really enjoy the whole ticketing system. I think that looks really interesting. Personally, I would just rather it to be something like a control type gameplay. But I mean, I just think objective gameplays in general is something that's really needed.
We won't go into capture the flag or anything.
Yeah.
Like that.
But I mean, I think
Baby
it's
steps.
I think it's going to be really fun, and I'm excited to get in there and play it for sure.
I guess the good thing too is that it's not that elimination game mode is not just going to be Trials of Osiris. You can play it in regular Crucible as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. So that'll be really cool. And I think that's going to be more of like a practice type deal. Like you'll want to get in there and make sure you practice and really understand some of the strategies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
What do you guys think of it only being on one map for all weekend? So like the first weekend when it comes up, it's going to be the Burning Shrine. It's Burning Shrine all weekend. So basically you're playing one map for 4 days pretty much.
well, I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's going to be that much different than what it is now. I mean, you play and it's the same maps over and over again anyway. Oh my gosh. So in all honesty though, I think that's pretty dumb. I think that's just going to get old really fast to play the same map over and over again. Like how many times can you play one map and not get bored with it? I guess I don't see the reason behind it. I don't know.
Their reason was they wanted it to be as controlled as possible. So you had a map, you have one map, you went in, maybe you got destroyed. Next time you go in and you can adjust your strategy and figure out a better way to do it. But yeah, I don't know. When they said that, I was shocked, and I don't know how I feel about that until I'm playing the same map all weekend long, and then we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it kind of sounds like they're trying to make it sound more competitive than it is. And I mean, sure, it's more competitive than other Crucible, but at the end of the day, like Destiny is not a competitive esport material game.
No.
And it never will be because you don't start on an even footing with everybody. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It just seems like I don't know. I just don't really see the benefit of having it like that. I do greatly like the idea of it. You have not doing matchmaking. I think that's going to be really good. I think that's going to make it more competitive than anything.
Yep.
and you're not going to get match made with somebody that is absolutely god awful that just goes in there and then quits as soon as the match starts or goes AFK. And I think that was a good decision, but I mean we've already seen people get upset about it online.
Well, it should be a heck of a lot easier to get 3 people together than 6 for a raid.
Yeah, but still, it's still relying on going to an external site to find more people.
Yeah, but that makes it so the people who do that are committed to it, because you have to have some level of commitment to do it. And every time I've used a site, I've always had people with mics and who talk and communicate, other than just a pickup group. Nobody talks to each other.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with you on that aspect, but I think that if they're going to do that, they should have added some sort of clan support in the game. I mean, because imagine if you could just see the people in your clan that were online, like that would just make things so much easier to find people to readily jump in and play with, and add something to the game to allow people to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, would have been nice.
Yeah.
One day maybe, but I don't know. I'm glad they did no matchmaking. I mean,
yeah, I think it was a good move overall.
Yeah, there's only so much they can add this time around, and I feel like adding a whole clan system is going to be a lot of development. So maybe.
Well, I mean, it should, even if it's just like a simple friends list, like they already have that page. They already have clans in the game, like your clan tag and everything. So like that connection is there. Just add a list of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, I think they have implemented something, but it's on the website. They've made some changes to Bungie.net and all that, your friends list showing up on there. And I did notice that of my friends, people in the clan seem to have their names bolded as opposed to people.
Another website we have to go to.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, exactly. No, I'm not defending them. But
yeah, that doesn't really help anything.
It doesn't, no, but it does give me hope, anyways, that they could be potentially moving forward in getting it in game, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be huge if they did that. I mean, because if you look at it from, so most people that you play a game, you don't go to the website of that game. Like I bet there's a huge chunk of people that doesn't even know that clans exist in Destiny. You know what I mean? Because they don't go to Bungie.net, because there's no other way. If you see somebody with a name, like a clan name under their name, and that's it. Like there's no other way to know that there is this clan system in the game. So, I mean, I think they've got to do something.
Yeah, would be nice. But before we get too far from matchmaking, what do you guys think of? Because basically, you will be match made against your opponents, so you have to bring your team of 3 in. Bungie will find you opponents, but they're going to be basically connection.
That'll be really good.
Skill.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Yep. So put all the laggy people together, put all the good connection people together. I'm all for that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll sit in matchmaking for a couple extra seconds if it means I'm going to get match made against people that aren't going to be laggy as hell. But they could also just make it like every other game out there, that if you're laggy, you actually are at a disadvantage than an advantage. That's not going to happen.
You say you'll wait now, but wait until you're sitting there for 5 minutes.
Well, I did. I played Halo. I played Master Chief. I've been there.
That's when you start a game, you make dinner, you come back, maybe you're in one.
I actually just got an achievement in Master Chief Collection. I played like 250 games in that.
What's that called?
I don't know. It should be called Patient as Fuck.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what it's called.
Patience and time, huh?
Yeah.
But I think the bigger thing with matchmaking was if you won't get match made against the same group over and over again.
That's really cool. I like that. No, I think overall the system sounds like it's going to be really fun, and I'll play the hell out of it for sure. But I think it's something that that they're going to iterate after the first weekend. I think they're going to learn a lot from based on feedback and some of the data they're getting. They're going to make some changes. And kind of like what they did with Iron Banner. I mean, they did that with Iron Banner as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of hard to believe that first Iron Banner was a complete, total mess. But
yeah,
then again, the game has gone through so many different, little versions of itself now.
It's a completely different game.
yeah. Speaking of Iron Banner, like it's actually I haven't had a problem with lag like I have in other Iron Banners. So they seem to have done something to help, boost that their servers because I definitely haven't been having the same kind of issues.
Yeah.
I've been lagging more, it seems, than any other time
Oh,
Well,
really?
this week more than anything.
well, I'm not going to name any names, but I think it's a player or two's connection in our group.
Oh, well, could be.
You know who you are.
But yeah, no, man, it's been definitely a little. Even when we were doing Crota there on Tuesday, it was lagging so bad during Death Singer there. But
Again, I'll defer to my previous comment.
all right, well, okay, let's quickly talk about gear here. So basically, you buy your Trials of Passage, I guess is what your little scorecard is called. It's going to cost you 100 glimmer. Basically, if you lose 3 times, you're out, and if you want to keep going, you have to go buy a new one. No big deal there. If you win up to 8, or you can win up to 9 times, I think, on your card, and then of course that gets you, the more wins you get, the better rewards you get. I think to get gear, I think it was at least 5 or 6 wins or something to get to buy the gear.
I think it was 5.
5 for the armor, 7 for the gun.
Okay, yeah. So that's then 8 was something else cool, but
Gold package.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's really cool to have have gear tied to it, and I just hope we don't get oversaturated with gear. Because I mean, if it's every single weekend, it seems like you're just going to be able to get that gear very quickly.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, see, sure. Gear will drop as rewards as well at the end of each game. Well, not at the end of each game, but has the potential to drop gear as it kind of does now with regular Crucible.
Yeah.
So if you've got a bit of a losing streak, you still do have that chance to get the top level gear there as well.
Did you catch what there was an article on NGN that there's, I think, like something like 13 new legendary items that'll just drop in regular Crucible, and and if you're on the top of the board, you have a more likely shot to get that gear than bottom. So more even distribution for once.
Yeah, that's been a big complaint for a long time because we've all been at the top of the leaderboard and have everyone on the team get something except yourself. So
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's coming with the new update for when House of Wolf drops as well. So 1.2. All right. Beyond that, that's pretty much all there is for Trials of Osiris, really.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys got. I still haven't caught the last half of the reveal stream that they did, but from what I saw, I was impressed. So looks to be good. So
yeah, I think they're hiding some stuff because, first off, they didn't show us what was in that silver and gold package you can buy, and the rewards on the screen only went up to 8. But the ticket goes up to 9. So what do you get for 9?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
play and find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll definitely be fun to play around with it.
Not for sure. And so another big thing coming too with Crucible is that the Dark Below list or maps are going to be entered into the general rotation as well. We had our speculations about this last
Yeah.
week, and yeah, everyone's getting it for free.
That's why I said I said they're gonna give the new maps for free. So, I mean, it makes sense. You can't have 3 different segments, so shouldn't even have 2, but whatever.
We're getting 5 new maps in House of Wolves too, right?
Yeah, and I saw because they only have pictures of 3 of them, right, on the website. Like
Yes.
it was just like one picture for each map, so it wasn't really detailed. The one that looked like it was on Mars, that one doesn't really look exciting, but the other 2 definitely look like they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, there's 4 of them, and one of them's PS4
Oh.
exclusive.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get 3. And Dado has a video out there walking through each of them.
Oh, so we do only get those 3.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. That sucks.
What? There's 2 PlayStation exclusives?
No. There's only 4 maps. We get 3. 1 is PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, but Dado's got 5 videos.
One of them's just an overall video. Just like, because the 4 of them are gameplay matches that he had on them, and one of them's just like him commentating over all of them and giving his strategies.
Oh, okay.
And his opinion. So yeah, there's 3 that we'll get, and they're all, at least 2 of them are very symmetrical, and which is a relief that they're learning on that. Still boggles my mind. But yeah, they look good from what I've seen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So new maps: Black Shield, the Timekeeper, Thieves' Den, and Widow's Court. Those are the 4. I'm not too sure which of those is the PlayStation exclusive. So. All right. Let's quickly touch on the update as well here. Basically, just a little bit of reiteration here.
Yeah, I'm not really expecting to get much out of it since they're kind of doing their big reveals and videos. So I haven't even taken a look at it, but I imagine that it's nothing substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something I wanted to touch on here, but I can't forget what it is now. So just 1 sec.
We should have read that, huh? Before we went on.
I did read it, but yeah.
I did
You guys
not
can remember it? No.
I did
Hey,
not.
at least you read it, Mike, because I did not. I forgot all about it.
Well, lead
Okay.
the way, Mike.
Okay, so Black Shield, Thieves' Den, and Widow's Court. Those are the 3 that probably everyone's going to get. And then the 4th one, the Timekeeper, will probably be the PlayStation one then.
And Widow's Corp looks kind of cool because it's old Europe, or whatever they're calling Europe. So it's a completely new scenery with buildings, like old style buildings. It's cool looking.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can see the picture here, so that's cool. Yeah. Obviously, Prison of Elders next Wednesday is that reveal, so that's obviously going to be the big one here.
Yeah, that'll make or break. That'll make or break it.
All right. Some Crucible changes. So we've already mentioned legendary items are going to be added to the reward tables. That being top of the leaderboard. This is something new. Reputation and mark gains will double for each completed Crucible match. That's kind of a big thing.
Yeah, I saw some of that stuff from IGN in that IGN article.
Yeah, that's definitely good. Etheric Light is going to be an Iron Banner reward package for ranks 3 and 5. So for those who don't have House of Wolves and want to max out their gear, that will be an option for players as well. Right. The other big thing in the update is that, as we all know, there's a big earthquake in Nepal this past week, and so Bungie's going to be putting out a T-shirt with the proceeds going to the relief effort in Nepal. So if you want to buy that, that's $25. You get a T-shirt, you get an in-game shader, and an emblem.
And you get to feel good about doing something to help people, right?
Exactly. The thing that kind of struck me as odd, these shirts aren't going to be shipping until early June.
Wait, that shader looks exactly like, what is it, Achilles? Did you look at that?
Looks very similar, yeah. Blue's a slightly different shade, but
Oh, I can't tell. It looks exactly the same.
So that shirts will be put in production on May 25th and will begin shipping in early June. And the in-game rewards, the emblem and the shader, will be coming out in an update later on. So pretty vague for that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it is going to go. And the T-shirt actually does look kind of nice. It's kind of the Everest Base Camp sort of.
Yeah.
With the Traveler in the background, you got 3 Guardians kind of silhouetted against the mountains. It looks really nice actually. So if you want to pick one of those up and help out the relief effort there, that's definitely a good cause to be going for. So
yeah, I might do that. It's pretty good. It's what, $25?
Yeah, $25. Yep.
I didn't even know they had shirts. I've never gone to this Bungie store.
No, I've been
know they had a store.
twice.
That
Oh,
molded glass T-shirt looks pretty sweet.
It does. That it does. Yeah, they got lots of little cool little doodads there. I've been tempted more than once to get a T-shirt or two, but haven't pulled the plug yet. But
Yeah.
I like the old school, the 8-bit one, but
yeah, that's kind of cool.
There we go. I'll order it. Let me see. I'll order it right now.
All right. All right, let's quickly move on here. So obviously we mentioned the Black Ops 3 trailer earlier on. Link to that will be in the show notes if you want to check that out. More of your usual Call of Duty kind of stuff there. Let's quickly touch on Halo, because I think my faith in Hunt the Truth has been restored a little bit here.
Oh, they released a new one?
New one, yeah.
When did that come out?
I think it comes out on Sundays, I believe.
Oh, okay. So what do you mean it's been
Yeah.
restored? 'Cause last time we talked, you were a little down.
I was a little down about it, but yeah, because basically they were just rehashing stuff that we already knew, but it's kind of taken a sort of an interesting turn now, and it looks like it's going to be building back to something again. So it's kind of, my faith in it has been restored. So that's definitely a good thing.
I like it. You know, it seemed like it got a little intense. You know, him getting caught with talking over insecure channels. So I mean, I like it. I like it. Even though it's not like a bunch of new information, it seems like it's really playing into the atmosphere of Halo. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, no, I have enjoyed it for the most part. Those last couple episodes did kind of bother me a little bit, but overall, I have enjoyed listening to it as a different take on the Halo universe.
Yeah.
Actually, we just were presented with this one sort of vision, and it is kind of nice to see it from another point of view.
Yeah, I mean, it almost makes it like to want like a game that's outside of the typical run and gun first person shooting. I mean, how cool would it be if there was like an espionage type game in the Halo universe as an offshoot? You know, they've done all kinds of like Halo Wars and Spartan Assaults, and they've done these side projects that are still within the Halo universe. I think it'd be really cool if they did something outside of the typical first person shooter.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure that will never happen. But
Like I
Didn't they
said,
have that RTS game?
yeah, that they have Halo Wars. Yeah, yeah.
just keeping with Halo, getting some information. Obviously, the cover art was revealed. You got Locke and the Chief kind of squaring off. It's also revealed these 4-man squads for each side, I guess. You've got the
Hmm.
Chief leading one, you've got Locke leading the other, leading to some pretty good speculation that there's definitely going to be a pretty big co-op element in Halo 5 as well. What do you guys think of that?
I'm really excited for that. I mean, Spartans versus Spartans in campaign. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Plus, if you read the books, and um, Master Chief was one of, what was it, 4 or 5 Spartan twos?
I think it was. I think it was 5, and then one died, right? When they went to the ship, because that was before they
Yeah,
had the armor shield technology, and
yeah, I think you're
that
right.
one died.
Yep. And if you notice on the one of the box arts, or one of the art clips, they had more Spartans like below both Locke and
Yeah,
Master Chief. So I think they're going to play a big part.
yeah, because I think that so Chief was like part of Team Blue or something like that, and then
Yep.
after Fall of Reach, the he went on his own mission, and then the others we never heard from again. Like they have never been in any of the games, but so Chief is not the only Spartan 2 that's out there, and I think that um, I think it'll be interesting to see them in play
Yeah.
Well,
because it's obviously going to happen. But
Yep.
they have been sort of brought back in the I think it's the Escalation comic books. Basically, that's set between 4 and 5, and there's a little
gotcha.
story arc there that involves the Chief leading this Team Blue of old Spartan 2s, and basically that ends um, with the Chief sort of leading them off of on this unknown mission. That
Yeah,
this
I
unknown
haven't
mission.
read that one. Maybe I'll have to read that.
Yeah, I kind of
I
glanced
I
over it.
think my only concern with this is the typical Halo player has not read a single book.
No.
So I think that of the Halo books, I'm sure that all the Halo players out there read books. But so the typical Halo player has probably not read any of the Halo books, so they're not. It's not going to have any kind of impact to the typical player in terms of who these people are. It's oh, they're just other Spartans. Cool. I didn't know that there were more. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Yeah.
So I think that there's a level of concern that something that might not be as impactful to some as it is to others. So
Well, I had the same thing happen after I played Halo 4. Like, I did not know who the Didact was.
oh yeah,
I
that's
had
true.
to look it up after the fact. Who is this bad guy that we've been fighting here? What is his purpose? And then after the fact, I found out, and that was again from the books that character was brought up from.
and I think that's what like they're trying to do with the radio series or Truth. Is trying to catch people up and give people other mediums to get the whole backstory,
Yeah,
and so
but
that when they pop in the game, they know what's going on.
but at the end of the day, if they're not interested enough to even to read a single book, that are people really going to be listening to the audio logs? I don't know that they are. I don't know people are going to be listening to that.
Well, the time investment's a lot lower on the audio than
Yeah, it,
reading the
it
book.
is, but it's still having to go to an external an external way to consume that medium. Like I think that Halo 5 is going to have to start with some sort of cinematic that brings these other people up to speed in terms of what's happened, because it's just I think that a lot of it's going to be lost if you start the game with absolutely no knowledge of the universe or what's going on. Similar to what you were saying with Halo 4, where you didn't know who that was. Like there wasn't any kind of introduction that provided that backstory for the
Mm.
Didact, and I think that was a missed opportunity, and I really hope that they are able to think more of the casual player that doesn't have that background information.
I did go back and looked at all the terminals for Halo 4 too, and not a lot, but I guess a fair bit of the Diknak story was kind of put into the terminals as well. But if you miss them or don't care about the terminals, then yeah, you're going to miss an aspect of that as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I guess it was sort of in the game, but not in the traditional sense.
But not like it
doesn't.
It doesn't force you to read them or anything. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Co-op is definitely is intriguing. I know it's been a part of Halo in the past, but to have it play a lot more of a pivotal role is.
Well, assumingly so. We don't
assuming,
really know.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's all speculation at this point.
Yeah.
But
So I mean,
pretty.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I mean, it might be more like a Reach type scenario. So I mean, Reach, you can't really say Reach was heavily co-op. While you could do co-op. It's not like it was pivotal to the campaign to do it in a co-op fashion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Let's move on to our E3 predictions for the week.
Yes. So with Microsoft's build conference going on right now, they haven't done a whole lot of Xbox stuff that's related, but they did show the HoloLens, and that's mind blowing. The two videos that I saw for HoloLens, oh my gosh, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I watched those. That's amazing.
So and there's an article that said that they've confirmed that HoloLens will be at E3. So we don't know what that means. Like, is it gonna? Because I mean, I don't think that there's any way that it will be at E3 as a part of Microsoft press conference where it's not something related to Xbox One. Like, they're not going to spend time of their press conference if it doesn't directly relate to Xbox One. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's
so whatever they show, and is, in my opinion, is it's going to be that Xbox One integration. And that was the first week that we did the predictions. That's what I had said mine was going to be the Xbox and Halo or HoloLens integration. So looks like, I don't know, looks like that might be coming true for me, but we'll see.
Stop bragging.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I'm just really excited. The product looks really amazing.
No, you already said it. You already signed yourself up, so
yeah.
Take my money.
I will. Yes, it's definitely one of those take my money scenarios.
I mean, just that aspect of making a screen on your wall and making it as big as you want is awesome.
I have heard a couple of the people that have been able to try it, like some of the developers that have been in there and actually been able to try it. The only concern was the field of view. So when we were looking at it in those videos, it was the entire thing. We could see all the holograms that were in the field of view for the camera, but it made it sound like when you're actually using it, the field of view is much smaller. So you only have the holograms clip, so you don't see them in your peripheral vision.
All right.
So it seems like that may be an issue. I don't know if it's. I don't know. But it does. I've seen it from more than one journalist. So I really hope that Microsoft's able to take that and resolve that and increase that field of view.
Yeah, I mean, but even if you look at a wall, you can see it almost an entire wall by looking straight at it and not even worry about your peripherals. So
I mean, I hope so. I mean, I hope, but I guess it reduces the, how big can you make it without it clipping if there's a field of view restriction. So
probably going to depend like a normal TV right now. It's your field of vision is going to be dependent how far back you are from it.
Sure.
Traditional, 8 to 10 feet is on average how far back we sit from our TVs. So you'd have to think that it has to fit somewhere in that field of view at that range. But okay, speculation. So
yeah. All right, so let's get into it. Who's going first?
Well, I'll go first, and I'm gonna go Destiny this week. And I'm
Okay.
gonna say we're gonna get a tease of Comet and nothing
Wait,
else.
you think just a tease
Just a tease.
when it's going to be
Because
coming
Bungie,
out later
yeah,
that
just
year?
they've said it's something's coming later in the year. We won't get a release date, but they will tease some gameplay or something. But I don't think they're going to show anything substantial in relation to Comet.
Interesting.
I think we'll get facts on. I agree with you. I think that they're going to show that, but I think they'll show some facts. Like we're going to get a raid, you're going to get X amount of story missions, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't even think we'll get that. I think we'll just get a little bit. I think they'll be intentionally vague. Bungie, if they've done anything over the past 9 months, it's that they keep their their hand really close to their chest. They're not going to give out anything for free. But at least that's my prediction here. So
All
Gotcha.
right. Well, so my prediction is that we're going to see some gameplay of Crackdown
Okay.
because we saw a CGI trailer last year, and so I think that this year we're going to actually see some gameplay demo because we saw that tech demo using that cloud technology that was supposedly being used for Crackdown. So I think we're actually going to see some gameplay footage.
Cool.
cool.
My prediction is, I don't know if you guys heard, I think it was either today or yesterday, Polygon came out with some Gears of War news, and that
Yeah.
a remaster was coming, but it was only going to be, they only found stuff on Gears 1. But I think at E3 they're going to reveal a Marcus Phoenix collection. That it's not just going to be one. It'll be all of them.
Okay.
Because that looks really weak from what I've seen.
Yeah, that's not going to fly. If they just do one game, they already set the precedent with Halo. You can't just do one game.
And it's not even done like Halo 2's done, where it's
Yeah.
completely redone. All they are doing is upping the resolution and the frame rate to be
So
1080p 60 frames.
I saw the headline of the article. I didn't read it because I really don't care about Gears. But how do they get that information?
It was a data mine kind of thing. So
Oh.
they built. I think they were able to get some clips of like screenshots, and it was all Gears of War 1 stuff.
Well, with Halo, it was done by different studios, so it's possible that they only got that stuff from one studio that was doing one of the titles.
Yeah, because when Halo Master Chief Collection was announced, everybody was surprised because the same kind of thing released that it was just going to be Halo 2.
Yeah, there was hey, you know what? I mean, it's kind of coincidental, right? Maybe Microsoft just leaked it because it's that certainly built the hype train for the Halo collection. So it's possible they leaked it again for this, like, oh, there's going to be a remaster of Gears, and then E3 comes, oh, surprise, hey, it's actually all of them.
Yep.
I don't know about that for Halo though, because we were kind of expecting the anniversary edition, because the president had already been said that Combat Evolved got the 10-year anniversary edition.
But
it was just going to be Halo 2. It wasn't going to be 3 and 4.
Okay, true.
Yeah, so that's what I think that's what we're saying is, like, this time it's just the leak that it's just Gears 1, and then E3 comes around and then it turns out to be all of them. I think it's very different this year because now that we got Master Chief where it's all of them, now we're kind of expecting it. So nobody's excited about it just being one game. You know what I mean? Like it was last year.
And especially not when it hasn't been redone. It's been barely touched. It's got a facelift.
Yeah, it's because it's the same engine. They're probably not even redoing any new textures or anything. It's probably just straight up resolution and frame rate.
Yep. So there's nothing to get excited about. So I think they'll reveal more on that.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll come this year though. That'll just be cannibalizing itself with Halo.
Oh yeah, there's not a chance it comes out this year. If anything, I think that would come out early to mid next year, because if you look at this year, Microsoft didn't really have anything. Like it's had a pretty weak year so far. All the heavy hitters are coming in at the end of the year.
Exactly.
So
I mean,
I mean they already so Quantum Break's coming out next year
yep.
early. So I imagine they're going to have like this Gears also sometime, like maybe like a month or two after that.
Yep.
But anyway,
We shall see.
yeah.
Maybe they'll shock us all and release it in July.
That's the other option, is give us something in the summer. Say it's done.
That's
Here
true.
it is.
Yeah, we'll see. That'll be exciting.
Absolutely.
Sure.
It's going to be a good second half of the year.
Yeah.
Slow start, but we're getting there.
Oh yeah, lots of great stuff coming out later in the year. So, all right. Well, I think that'll pretty much wrap things up for this week. Unless you guys got anything you'd like to throw in here.
Yeah, I wanted to add a plug for Destiny Clan Wars.
Yep.
So right now we are running Iron Banner. So Iron Banner is up during Destiny. So get in there and play it, and you'll also be contributing towards the event on DestinyClanWars.com, as well as just was it yesterday? Just yesterday we released our a pretty large update to the site where we're now giving badges to players at the end of each event. So, and they've been issued retroactively. So get in there and go to your player profile page, and you can see what badges you've earned. And there's a blog post that kind of lists all the different badges that you can earn during an event. So it's been pretty exciting. And then if you stream, we also added Twitch integration to the site so people can know when you're streaming, and it'll be easier to gain viewers and followers. So get in there and check it out.
Your channel name or your username for Twitch on there.
Yep.
Or do you have to enter the URL?
No, it's just the username. So you just click on your profile name in the corner, and then there's a entry field for Twitch username. So you just put in the username, not the URL, and then whenever you're online and you're playing Destiny, you'll appear in a marquee that appears at the top of the site.
Yeah, I saw that. Looks pretty cool. The ticker's a nice little neat feature.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. I think it looks really good.
And of course, the first PvP or PvE event is next week.
That's right. Yep. So it'll begin next Thursday. It's strikes. So doing rock strikes. So that'll be fun. We can talk about that one next week as well. But yeah, get in there, check it out, and play some Iron Banner and help us increase our rank. Right now we're only ranked 77, so need a little help there.
Well, I'm heading there as soon as we're done here. So.
All right.
See you there, Mike.
All right. All right. We have a new website, originalguardians.com. Come check it out. Sam did an amazing job getting that all done. It looks fantastic. So if you see Sam online or in the chat, please say a big thanks to him, because yeah, that website looks amazing. On there, basically we're putting a lot more content on there. We've already got some 3 community submitted articles already. Great pieces if you want to submit your own. There is a post on the website on how to do that. Check it out. Yeah, there's a place to see the Twitch stream when people are streaming. So if you want to add your Twitch info onto the website, just get in contact with us, and we can get that set up on the site as well. And of course, all the usual links to the cast here are all on there as well. And we are going to be Sam is working on a new clan roster portion of the site too. That's in its early stages right now, but it's looking good. So stay tuned for that. the next little while here. But yeah, definitely come check out the new site. It's been it's looking really good. Beyond that, just the usual ways to get in touch with us: Facebook, Original Guardians; Twitter, @OGuardians; YouTube, Original Guardians; Twitch, Original Guardians; and of course on Google+, just search +Original Guardians. Links are in the show notes, in addition to our audio archives on iTunes and Podbean. And of course, if you want the video, just go to our YouTube page. We've got a playlist there. And I think that will pretty much wrap it up for this week. We'll be back next week, 10:30 Eastern, where we'll be talking some Prison of Elders. See if that'll make up for not having a raid. All right. Well, until then, guys, thanks for listening or watching, and yeah, we will be back next week.
All right, see ya.
Later, guys.